a spirit and use him to just slap you down.
Really?
Nine Pandas, of course, smoked up Tundra, not opting to use a smoke. I feel like there's a lot of analysis to be done on how teams approach the early game, where they place the wards, how they smoke, do they look for the kill. There was a window in the start of the big patch that we had where the teams would always be hunting for that engagement. The amount of 5-on-5 scraps that we'd have in the early days of this meta was incredibly strong, but now we often see quite a reserved approach from teams nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've seen certain games just go completely the wrong direction, like not what we would have expected out of the lanes because of, you know, a bad first blood or a bad first couple kills that happened before the horn. And I think Nine Pandas are probably just content with like a couple bounty runes and going to their lanes, because honestly, I don't feel like mid lane's going to be that bad for Kiyotaka. He should do pretty good into the Earth Spirit. And Ramses, yeah, he's against Bristleback. It's a little bit annoying, but those first like 3 to 4 levels, he should be okay, I think.
Yeah, I think it should be pretty good in that regard. I don't expect any, like, lanes are pretty stable from both teams, right? Like, you've got the defensive capabilities of an ET, but that's where the Bristle, if he gets like a slight level advantage, he should crush that. And I think Beastmaster Sky normally wins most of their lanes out. Shaker normally wins his lane, so Nine Pandas, they have quite a lot of good lanes, and they did the sentry trick.
They did the sentry trick, yeah.
All right, cool. So just in case you aren't aware, guys, you place the sentry beside the tree. The tower doesn't see it, but once the creep wave walks past the tower, it then, of course, the sentry's envisioned. The creeps aggro the sentry, take a little bit of time to kill it off. So you get a full body block, and the creep wave meets underneath the tower, naturally pushing it into the Beastmaster. So you often do this in lanes where you can't really play into the lane, where Ench into Beastmaster, not really a playable lane, so they use the sentry to set themselves up. Often this is paired with blocking out the hard and small camp, and you just stabilize the lane in a position where Ench doesn't have anything to really play around. And yeah, you see Antara's already doing it here. Yeah, really nice stuff there from Nine Pandas.
Yeah, this is a really good way to address the Enchantress hero. This is super sick. And Snake King, of course, will just go the Nature's Attendants, level 1, because he has, you know, really no other options to play around. So just going to try and trade effectively here, but laying in a fantastic spot here for Miro on his Beastmaster. This is the best possible scenario. As we take a look at some of these other lanes, though, because they're, I'm sure they're going to be a little bit interesting. Top lane, we've got Ramses and Solo here. Double melee versus a Bristleback Shadow Demon. So, ooh, they just get their level 2 timing, and it looks like Ramses, all right, he's just going to throw out the stun, have a little bit of fun with this one, but Solo into 9. I feel like Shadow Demon is probably one of the better supports at dealing with Elder Titan in the lane, right?
Yeah, of course. I think any hero that has attack slow or just stun banishment is going to be good. So, of course, that Shadow Demon fits into the banishment category of those 3 I mentioned. And just create distance away from the right click. And to give context as well to 33's Bristleback, he is going for Vanguard, Mana Boots, Aghanims. With the Aghanims on Bristleback, you get to turn your back around and get 6 Quill Sprays off. And it's quite high damage, also kind of keeps you tanky, because you get to kind of just reposition whilst doing damage. It's just very much like a mid-game tempo style here, and you cannot disregard how important Nasal Go is as well. Like getting that minus armor reduction, especially onto a hero like Alchemist, who's relatively starved on armor throughout the game, you throw a Sven into the mix. This out can be going down, so all eyes on how this Bristleback is going to kind of convert from the 33 pubs into 33 pro play.
I'm honestly stoked on Bristle. I got to play this hero for the first time recently, and again, just another one that just feels really fun, really interesting new play style. And the new Ags is really slick because it still allows you to use all of your spells like during the Bristleback active, right? Which is really cool. So you can still throw your hairball, you can still throw the goo at, you know, max range, you can still cast quills. So you can get like 7 to 8 quills out really fast. And once you get that level 20 talent, the 25 quill stack, 9 quills is immediately max damage at 550 per quill. So it goes really, really, really quick in terms of the damage ramp.
No, it's quite it's a very annoying spell and concept. Of course, Matumba Man, back in the day, he would always love to play this hero as a carry, and it of course fell off in the last year or so, but yeah, be interested to see where it's kind of positioned in the meta lies. We're not really seeing a lot of it recently, but this new ag should give it a lease of life potentially.
Yeah. I honestly wouldn't be that surprised if we start to see it picked as a carry occasionally, because I think it has like pretty nuts tempo if it goes well, but
yeah,
we'll have to see. 33 is taking a ton of damage, but it's just a quick rotation from Topson here to the top lane as Ramses will throw out the concoction. They're trying to nail that first blood, and it will go the way of Nine's Shadow Demon. Plenty of stacks built up there.
Well, an early rotation like this.
Yeah.
After it, he just walks to top, uses a stone, gets that extra bit of roll duration, or sorry, distance, connects on an engagement, and then boom, TP's back to mid. Often you see mid TP to top to walk back to mid, but no, Topson, because he's quite a hypermobile hero, he does it the inverted way. And I think these are the small things you need to do against a Shaker. If you just stay static in the lane, you are going to have that awkward CS deny issue. But when you look at the scoreboard right now, Topson, he's done a very good job at preventing Shaker from building up the denies, and it's rare to see actually being kind of relatively even between the two of the mids.
Yeah. Earth Spirit is definitely one of the better ones at playing against the Earthshaker, just because of how good that Boulder Smash is, right? It one-shots range creeps at level 3. It nearly one-shots them at level 2, so it's pretty cool to be able to just nuke the wave down and not worry as much about just this constant enchant totem spam. But in terms of denies, though, look at Skitter, man. He is sitting at 17, like incredibly solid CS so far in the bottom lane here on this Sven. And it's kind of expected, right, with how much they've, committed to shutting down this bottom lane, but gives space for Snake King to come mid and look for a kill here onto Kiyotaka. And that will be absolutely worth it. Topson just letting that magnetize rip right away.
Yeah, really nice move there, and it's kind of a read because Nine Pandas, they've not played the Beastmaster Sky lane with the axe spam plus the concussive shot. It's been a place a sentry ward, block camps, Sky's played away from the lane, and it's what's given Sven this freedom to do whatever he wants. And now Snaking and Nine, it's like, okay, let's just make the move. There's an underleveled Sky and there's an awkward position 5 ET. Like, what are they going to do into us, especially when we have the jungle on our side? Is Enchantress bringing in the Acorn creeps? They're called Acorn creeps, I'm sure. Yeah, just really able to just kind of destroy Nine Pandas, and I think that's the big concern right now. If you are Nine Pandas, your Beastmaster has no game, your Alk needs to farm for like 12-13 minutes, and your Shaker is gonna get towards a Blink Dagger where his entry slam isn't gonna be killing a hero. He's gonna be either slamming a Sven, a Bristle, or an Earth Spirit. All of these heroes are immensely strong, tanky, and strength heroes. Like, Nine Pandas are going to have a very tough road to get into this game, I feel. That you need to be very careful. Don't give away any cheap kills, and respect the fact that Tundra at any minute can just set the pace of this game very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ramses is still farming well on the Alk, of course, but it is 33's Bristle that is surprisingly farmed already. Like, he is doing a really good job of just manipulating the creep waves and farming extra camps around the map. So he's definitely giving himself quite a bit of a net worth advantage just already from this offlane. Wisdom runes are going to be traded 1-for-1, so no real battles over those. And
a little bit of aggression bottom, but
he might need to be a little bit careful. But he does have Topson right behind, and he wants to roll on in. Miro only level 4. Topson doesn't connect onto the roll, so we'll just back away, it seems. They did keep the catapult alive, and that's really what they're looking to do here. Get that extra chip damage onto the tower.
But Miro, if you look at his quick buy, he's looking to go for that Dominator. Like, in the interview, he was saying that he doesn't like it against Hench, but clearly there was maybe some team discussion after that game going, you know what, you need to accept the fact that that is just better than the Aghanim's, and yeah, looking to go for it. Yes,
yeah.
Enchant.
I mean, you made a good... Oh, that's one way to farm a stack. Kiyotaka with a little tumbler toy. Hello. You just love to see that stuff. It's always funny.
Yeah. Just the old... I think Tumbler's toy is one of the nicest neutral items in the game, just visually as well. Just what it does. Oh, just makes you happy. When you see someone juke with it, like, oh. When you see someone kill with it, yeah. But Topson using Sarkin Rune, cool. Just being annoying. Yeah.
He's going to be able to keep this magnetize going for quite a while, so Okay, never mind. It's going to end now. Nice little stomp there. Oh, never mind. Still sticking on top of Kiyotaka. Quite annoying. Solo now very far forward, out of position, and the rest of his team forced to back away. And that's just going to be a freebie here in a moment. Probably going to go to the way of Thompson. It is.
That was very nice of Nine there. He was like, oh, I could pop this poison at any minute, but I'll let you take
He's looking for Antares. Thompson's got this arcane rune rolling, and it is just so easy for him to make these connections. A little bit of an enchant setup there from Snaking, and they are off to the races in this game already, putting so much aggression in this mid lane.
Yeah, I look at these heroes, it's like, damn, Tundra, that early game is just so strong. And Ramses, he's popping the ultimate to run in to try and contest stacks, but you're running into a Vanguard Bristleback. If anything, you're forcing Bristle to take away the stacks from the spend, but it's not as if you're taking away the gold, the net worth. It's still going to go to someone on the side of Tundra.
Yeah, they really thought they were going to be able to sneak this one, but pretty much everything goes to Bristleback there.
Instant D1 as well from 9.
Huh? Good at setting up, or good at rather disengaging from this Elder Titan, who has 180 bonus damage at the moment.
And like Topson's farming more stacks. Like Tundra are just being so efficient right now on the map. They've got stacks for Topson. Snaking's been playing on mid lane. I mean, it really helps the fact that this Beastmaster, first pick in the draft, has had no real impact. And Sven yoinking some Ancients well. Thanks for pointing that one out. It feels like this net worth lead could easily be like 3-4k right now, given how efficient Tundra have been. But of course, with an Alchemist in the game, he is going to be able to often stay at top net worth in the early portion of the game, and it is making the game look closer than it actually is. I feel like if we look at Alchemist, he is a talisman away from Radiance. So yeah, he's a pretty good start from Ramses at least.
Dude, Snaking has just been such a menace on this Enchantress. He's blocked their Ancients. He keeps stealing the big creep from the hard camp in their triangle, so there's just no farm they're generating out of these two camps. And then he just walks mid with the creep and then applies pressure to the tower and forces Kiyotaka out. It's actually so sick.
I think this is also a development against Shaker, because once you start seeing some Shaker replays, it's push out mid, go to jungle, hit creep, come back. And now if there's any tower pressure, you're like, decreasing the Shaker's efficiencies in the early game, hindering his ability to get to blink to Ags. And
come on, Ramses.
Tundra, they are smoked up.
He has no chemical rage at the moment. Still 4 seconds away. The magnetize is going to come out, but they don't have a silence to stop him. He's going to go ahead, start channeling the stun. He's going to be able to self-stun just for a moment. Snaking comes in, but the dunk from Kiyotaka does at least find the trade onto that Earth Spirit, and he will be able to TP out. No, 33. He's got the damage, the nasal goo. Just enough minus armor to help bring down the Shaker. A 2-for-1. Really value trade there from Tundra.
I mean, this Bristle's already hitting like 200, right? With the Warpath stacks, like, sure, it was quite a meaty slam, but it was only a slam to kill off a Topson. I think Topson, we saw the player breakdown before we started this cast, and he's got 4 or 5 deaths to his name consistently, and this is it, right? He sets up the big ticket kills. He might trade his life away, but unfortunately for Kiyotaka, there just wasn't that extra +1 damage. Maybe if he killed off Snaking, it would have felt a little bit better, but yeah. They get what they're given. Now it's a 4k lead to Tundra at the 12-minute mark. Again, it's relatively skewed due to the fact that Alk is in the game. I think for Alchemist, he needs to itemize towards like AC, Silver Edge, Swift Blink. Kind of like there's a lot of items that you wish you had. The break for the Bristle, the initiation factor to jump the support. But yeah, we'll see where Ramses goes with it. I think one wrong item can really hurt this game. Like the entire game feels like it's on his back right now. If you look towards Beastmaster, that's probably going to be why. I think he is desperately trying to get his way to Helm of the Overlord. He did take away the tier 1 tower during this aggression, but that's going to be the big window for 9 Pandas. Like, how do they utilize the Overlord timing on Beastmaster with whatever item Ramses can mastermind and think is going to be a game-winning item for the 20-minute mark.
Thompson actually takes the spell amp at 10 as over the rolling boulder distance.
Damage good, kill hero good.
It's like, doesn't really feel the need that he's gonna have to have that extra reach, which maybe not. He's playing into 4 melee heroes. Chances are they're gonna be running at him. Miro will finally get himself a little bit of farm on the
Look at
side
Ramses right now.
here.
This is the saddest alchemist right now in the world. He's
Yeah.
entered the triangle. There's one hard camp. There's no ancients, and Miro's farming the other ancients. Like, this is such an awkward phase of the game right now for him. Like, he's walked in to farm one creep. He's now looking towards mid lane, which is already, you know, equally in an awkward spot. This is not the best start for Ramses for sure. Yeah, he's top of net worth.
Come on.
He's not like running away with it, is he?
Get her. Oh, Topston just gets baited there for a moment. A lot of damage coming out as Antares drops the Mystic Flare. Self-stun again from the Alk, but Skitter, he's in too far. I don't think he's getting out of this one. Four heroes collapse around the rune, and that's a big win for 9 Pandas.
All right, they're back. Cryptic, they're back.
They are back. Ramses in, the Radiance, putting in some heavy lifting here as well. And just like that, the gold lead starting to dwindle.
You're
You're going to lose your mid tower.
I mean, fair play for 9 Pandas to find that. Like, it's a Sven and an Earth Spirit hugging a haste rune, right? It's a rare chance to find initiation, especially with, like, when you look at the alchemist from like our perspective, it's like kind of despair mode, right? And 9 Pandas, they see one opportunity to make it, and this is a metric load of stack, and 33. If he takes them quick enough, then maybe Sven won't be aware they exist.
Oh yeah, I mean, pretty easy to take when you can instantly quill 6 times, so not too bad. He'll be buying that shard, I imagine, very quickly. It is just so good. The instant 2 stacks of Nasal Goo is so sick.
Yeah.
It hits through fog too, which it used to not do. That was one of the other like really nice little buffs to this ability.
Yeah, just to keep on going. And Thompson, he's already got a Reaver. Like, I feel like for Tundra, yes, you just kind of like threw away like the 4 or 5k gold lead that you were building up, but it shouldn't stop your ability to be aggressive, right? Like, if Echo Slam's in play, position around it, and already they are smoked up looking to find some punishment. Miro, he's, you know, in a pretty defensive spot underneath the tier 2 tower. They do scout him out with the observer ward.
Yeah, they're just be able to chase them, and you know, quick little quill spam there from 33 will bring him down with ease. The roar is going to be forced on cooldown now. Dude, if you have any slow, it is just so scary to just eat those quills.
Yeah. I don't enjoy looking at Bristleback. It's like, again, support player, so there's certain heroes that always scare you, right? Like a farmed Bristleback scares you. A Spectre always scares you. Illusion heroes scare. There's a lot of scary things in the game, but right now 33 is showcasing why this Bristleback is equally scary. Like, even running into the opponent's carry, Ramses is running away from him. He understands that there is no way with the items he has he can do anything. And Alk, he opted to go for the BKB, so Radiance and BKB is ready for Ramses. Of course, his damage will be hindered by this, but he'll at least be able to survive and maybe buy time for that big slam or that big Earth Splitter turnaround that you expect from the heroes in 9 Pandas.
Well, they are going to try and make a play here onto Ramses in the 4th core of the game, Snake King, which I didn't really notice initially. He is going the Dragonlance for Impetus, so he's going to try and be a damage dealer, but gets punished pretty heavily for that one. How do you feel about Snake King going more of the like damage Enchantress build as opposed to kind of like the utility or survivable Enchantress?
There's so much frontline for him that he can easily go for this build and not be punished because his cores are naturally very tanky and can play independent from him. And like, if he goes for this like healer build, then he is going to put himself in a position of soaking up the ET spell or the slam, right? And yeah, I like the idea for sure. I think this is going to be the game that in half an hour's time, it's, wait a second, he's got a Dragon Lance? Wait, he somehow bought an MKB? Oh, he's killing the Alchemist? Like, that's the narrative that I can easily see developing.
Yeah.
But you need to make that choice early on in the game. Otherwise, when you try to pivot to be the damage dealer, it's kind of a little bit too late, right? You're a Locket and a Glimmer too deep to become a right clicker.
Yeah. Our observer pointing out some really big item pickups here for the side of 9 Pandas. Of course, the Aghanim Scepter for Kiyotanka, but Alchemist actually finding a Vamp Fangs here from the jungle, which is super nice. good dodge there from 9. That is going to completely turn around this fight as they just turn the aggression. Huge 3-hero magnetize, and Thompson wanting to change, looking for Antares. Will keep these stones going. Does keep that magnetize rolling, and he will find the Skywrath mage. Ramses forced away, obviously. Don't know if they want to. Yeah, this doesn't look like Skitter is willing to pop the God Strength and go for this. But 2 nice kills into the mid lane. Looking for potentially more here.
You can see that Miro just playing on the twin gates, right? Pushes out top, twin gates to bottom. They want to dodge this ball of aggression that is Tundra right now. I think 9 Pandas, maybe you want to wait for the Shaker BKB. There's always going to be a chance where Tundra presents the opportunity to go, but Roshan is going to be the call for 9 Pandas to contest. If Tundra group up here, of course, a meaty slam could be enough to maybe give them some hope, but they need to spell perfectly. And Skitter cancels a TP. That would have been insane if Skitter TP'd the bot and then 9 Pandas found the initiation after the fact in a 4v5.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to see Skitter on this ward here, so they know he's not really there. But also, it looks like 9 Pandas heading bottom, thinking that maybe someone might have made their rotation down here.
Yeah, 2 things, right? One player could rotate, but also Skitter just uses TP, so Roshan's going to be going to bottom now.
Yeah.
But 9 Pandas already have the advantage here. I don't think they can do Roshan. They do it quickly. They have Solar Crest, they have Acid Spray. But Tundra, actually, they're stutter stepping in the mid lane. They're also hitting the camp. They're giving enough time for 9 Pandas if they're confident enough to commit to this. A little bit.
They're not going to make it even close. That's going to be first Roche. I mean, Aegis into the hands of what looks like Kiyotaka. Yeah, once again. And they will immediately smoke up here. Thompson thinking about running in here. He's got himself a haste rune, lets the magnetize rip. See if he can keep that one going. Able to dodge out the stun for the moment, but just goes right into Miro. Takes the Mystic Flare and the Roar, but there's the disruption to try and keep him alive. Huge Echo on the backside. Takes down the Shadow Demon, and Ramses is going in as well with the help of Kiyotaka. They're looking for more. Miro taking a good amount of damage here from the Enchantress, and Thompson still trying to be active in this fight. 33 with the Quills going heavy onto the Beastmaster, but a stun facing the wrong way. Gets taken down by the Shaker, and now Thompson trying to roll his way out, but I don't know if it's gonna work. Starting to fall low, and he finally does. Triple kill for Kiyotaka on the Shaker. Snake King tries to get away, and a stun at the last second.
So awkward.
Make it an ultra. The slowest ultra kill ever.
And pretty surprising moves there from Tundra. They were building up such a beautiful lead in this game against the Alchemist, but they run across the entire map to get here. Thompson characteristically wants to get into the middle of the fight, but in doing so, it forces his support to show quite quickly with the disruption, and then Ramses jumping on the back with the Shaker, able to just pick them apart very quickly. And 33, he's trying to be this big bruiser of the fight, but when he gets hit by a totem, something that we maybe didn't think about or didn't consider, if you get controlled by the Shaker, this totem is going to do absolute work to you, because he's always going to be in front of you doing that extra 400% bonus damage. And Shaker's a hero that likes to buy Silverage as well. Like, this is only going to get harder for him. I think Tundra, they were playing for the mid game, and they didn't really hit their stride too well, and 9 Pandas instantly punishing it. This top haste rune engagement, the Roshan contest, 2 blunders for Tundra that 9 Pandas are looking to really exploit.
Yeah, and they're just feeling so strong right now. We're going to find Kiyotaka here as he BKBs. We'll be able to just keep dancing away here as he closes in on his team. Looking for that support. Does have the magnetize still going. But the chase, it's just not going to be there. They'll be able to keep backing away. And with the magnetize down, that might be time to disengage, but it's just a green light for Kiyotaka to go in. He's still got the Aegis to play around. He's still alive. No way. Kiyotaka survives just barely. And in comes Ramses. He's looking for his opening. The Bristleback is down. Skitter versus Alchemist. Who's going to win? It looks like it's going to be the Alch. Skitter slowed down, and the chase, it pays off. 9 Pandas find 2 big kills, and Thompson will TP out at the other side.
And Pandas, the synergy that they have in their lineup is really just exploiting the aggression of Tundra here. And you roll on in and there's ET amp, the Sky amp, the control from the Shaker, even the Raw. Like, you got to be careful with your Tundra. I don't think they're really getting everyone into the engagement as evenly as they want to. What does this Sven actually have right now? Yeah, okay, that also probably doesn't help. You're taking a lot of fights with an Echo Saber. Like, this inventory looks very messy right now, right? Like, you've got some backpack amulet, some blade. He wants a Silver Edge. He doesn't have a blink. Like, Sven's still in his his farming phase right now. And 9 Pandas are really making him, stop hitting the creeps and come, please, try and fight me.
I mean, your supports on Tundra are really farmed. That's where, like, there is a surprising amount of net worth difference between, Tundra and 9 Pandas, but this Alk is just becoming out of control. Like, Ramses has not slowed down this game. He's only 2-1 in 10, but his item progression has been so sick. He's closing in on a Scotty as his next item. After that, maybe you upgrade your Blank, and then you're just dumping Aghanim Scepters into your team, and there's going to be some really good Ags this game.
That is true. I think he kind of wants to go probably like Scotty, Swift Blink, and then maybe ditch the treads for like another item. Pre-Ags? I don't think he wants to get too carried away with that. Like, I think once you get Swift Blink, you can you don't need boots at all, right? And
yeah.
But again, it's really cool to see where he goes with it. Like, of course, throwing around an Ags will be pretty good. Maybe the Shaker's already got one. Like, maybe for ET. Yeah, we'll see. I kind of prefer him to go greedy, I'll be honest. Kind of counterpoint your idea, but...
No, I'm okay with that. I like Snake King's idea here. He's like, it hit 25 minutes. I'm not doing enough in these fights. He just double buys Wraith Bands now that they've upgraded. So he's like, all right, these will be useful in these fights. I'm going to do more damage, have a little bit more armor.
It's nice. Especially because he can be quite a damage dealer, but with how awkward the game went, like, they had a 6k lead against an Alchemist. Everything looked great. One Haste Rune Echo Slam has changed Snake King's, logic on the game as well. Like, he went from Harkam Pike to, okay, I'm now going for a pipe, right? Like, you asked about the whole offense v defense on Enchantress. If the early game had continued, this build would be insane. But now the game's got hard. It's like, imagine if you had one pipe, right? Like, that is the joy of Dota, how you get to like a crossroads based on play and items, and hindsight will always hurt you. But I think it's fine the way he went, but he might regret it in the post game. Maybe not so foolproof. What's it? Yeah, not got insurance. There you go. The pipe would have given his team some insurances to be more aggressive and sillier in their engagements.
I like silly. Dota is a silly game.
It's true. I mean, if you had to describe Dota in regards to like silly, it's kind of like the idea of making moves that you don't think that should work out, but then they work out, right? And if there's a player that fits that bill, it's probably Topson, because you're like, what's he do? Oh, he's doing that. I see, Either way, we are currently at that awkward point of the game where we're waiting for the next Roshan.
Next Roshan and next, big items, right? We haven't really seen too much progression in a bit. Thompson's still closing out in his Kai Assange. Bristleback, I think. Yeah, it's just looking to upgrade bots. He also double bought Wraith Bands. Honestly, this game, it's a pretty value Wraith Band game. Like, there's a lot of minus armor on the side of 9 Pandas.
Is this the new Tundra tech? Like, every season, every development of meta, there's some Tundra thing, right? Be it branches at the start of the game, the way that they play the lanes, and now it's like the 25-minute Wraith Bands. They've got, what, 5 Wraith Bands that purchase into the mid-game? How many Wraith Bands on 9 Pandas, huh? I don't see a single Wraith Band.
Yeah, it's like a bonus 10 armor, right? Like, it's not, or like 10 and a half, almost 11 armor. So, it's pretty cool. Kiyotaka looking to find himself a quick dunk, but gets the jump away at the last second. The silence does not connect, and that is going to be God Strength down from Skitter, as he wants to try to find an opening into the fight. There's going to be a nice... Oh, Hulk just jumps in, and Skitter realizes he has to bail. BKB is available, but gets caught from the roar. Skitter goes down. Kiyotaka just hunting for more. The dust connects onto the 9 Shadow Demon, and that was a weird thing. I almost like second guessed myself there. I'm like 9 Shadow Demon, but yeah, sometimes you forget he plays 4 now.
That was just such a weird shotgun in there from Tundra. Like their bristleback, he's on the other side of the map. He's doing his own little jolly thing. He's farming away, but you've got Skidder like poised on the edge of the fight, thinking it's going to be some grand entry to the team fight. But no, you were never a 5-man roster there. 9 Pandas, they are moved around this map cleanly together the entire time. Now 33, he wasn't in the top fight, and now he's potentially even dying in the bot. Like Tundra, they are doing way too much on the map.
The Bloodstone.
They're just not respecting 9 Pandas' pick-off potential right now. He needs like 3 more Wraith Bands maybe.
Dude, when this Octarine comes up from Kiyotaka as well, this is going to be impossible to play around. Because not only is like Bristol's game already really hard with this Silver Edge, but just having that on like available more often, plus the fact that you never run out of mana once you get that item is just so scary.
Yeah. I'm just like clicking across all of 9 Pandas heroes, and like they are just so tanky. You've got the Boots of Bearing on the Elder Titan as well, so all these like move slows and like just nuisance factors, it doesn't matter. He just pops it, everyone can just disengage into a safer area. And then there's what, triple BKB online. The Sky has Solar Crest plus the shard, so you got the Shield of Scion, the extra armor. Like 9 Pandas are incredibly tanky, and I don't think they care at all about Bristol. They don't really care about Thompson either. This Earth Spirit, he went for the Blade Mail Heart build, so very much like a in-your-face style of play, but there's no real damage to follow, right? There's no real hero for him to jump onto. I think Tundra, they've itemized for themselves and now kind of suffering from that. Oh, he nearly got 1 hit.
And how many times have we seen this from Kiyotaka? This is like the 6th time he has brought a hero down to within 100 HP.
Yeah, production is listening right now. I'm requesting in the future a highlight reel of every time he's not one-hit a hero.
Oh, Thompson. Dude, he's got the magnetized damage talent. He gets the kill. That is nuts.
That's a lot of gold.
That's the gem on the deck, too. I will say...
how we did the player v player matchup, right? About the whole Kiyotaka thing.
Yeah, this is right on the nose.
There it is.
So... he picks up his magnetized damage talent at 15, which, you know, that's kind of the standard, but he's also got level 3 ult plus his 10% spell amp plus Kaya Sange. So his magnetize is doing almost 200 damage a second. Like that is a ridiculous amount of damage. And if he can just keep that rolling, it's scary, man. Level 25 on Earth Spirit this game is going to be a menace if he gets to Undispellable.
They're trying to force a buyback here potentially from the Earthshaker.
Well, Thompson's in, gets the silence, finds the Elder Titan on the backside, and there it is, the buyback right away. Jump in from 33, tries to burst down Antares. He gets to 83 XP, but the backside of the fight, it's gonna be Kiyotaka looking for Skidder. They've got him. The BKB cannot save you from this Alk, and now it is just fun time for Ramses and Kiyotaka to get to work on these other heroes. Thompson falls low, falls to the Earth Splitter at 33 on the run. He's got a Bloodstone active. But will he even get a chance to use his spells? No, the break comes out again. They get the kill. Kiyotaka reclaims his gem 4 for 1 as another Roshan will go the way of 9 Pandas.
In Tundra, they're trying to punish the fact that they found this clutch pick on the Shaker. Kiyotaka just not afraid to use that buyback. Get straight back into the fight. In Tundra, you're not seeing the connection of the heroes, right? It's not like the Earth Spirit jumps with Defend to get the kill. The Bristle sets up the vision. I feel like Tundra are playing very independent, very recovery mode, and Snaking's even thrown in a 3rd Wraith Band into the mix, by the way. He had 2, game gets harder, gets 3. I think if he does go for 4, that's when it's a bit awkward because he's now selling items for them. I don't think they're that good, but Tundra, they are really feeling the issue of just not having a Blink Dagger on their Sven, I feel. Like there's so much vision to be given through the positioning of Bristol and Shaker. Like if this Sven had a Blink, Daedalus, like of course I'm talking about a lot more gold. Like there's no way he's gonna have it right now, but they're just not in the position to take that explosive entry to the fight that they may be expecting with the heroes that they have.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like Ramses is actually opting for Overwhelming Blink, maybe, which is not really what I expected. Usually, like you were saying, Swift Blink is just so good because it allows you to kind of get rid of your boots. I'm assuming he'll take the Chemical Rage movement speed, but maybe, I mean, maybe in this game, if he's planning on keeping the treads, maybe the regen's better.
Yeah, potentially as well, just constant slows, right? You're going to have already a 6-second BKB on the Sven, so get into the mix, punish that. You got Shaker spells, controlling. There's already enough damage. Maybe he doesn't need the right-click damage, more just let me survive. He could also be respecting the... Sven might become a hero at some point in this game, and if he does, having that extra 25 strength could be enough to save me. And if they are to win the series and he does the interview, that could be an interview question.
I like it. Write it down, write that down.
Yes, writing it.
Oh, bottom lane Skitter. Miro's gonna find him, gonna hold the roar as maybe he's waiting for more heroes to kind of show up, but instead Skitter just turns it around. The roar will finally come out. The Earth Splitter as well connecting. Skitter trying to TP on out, and they won't be able to stop that, so looks like it might just be Snake King's Enchantress TPing out in the middle of the Mystic Flare. Is not gonna do you a whole lot of good. And he builds these 3 Wraith Bands to get a bunch of armor to try and survive all of this physical damage and armor reduction, and then you just have a Skywrath that dumps a Mystic Flare on you.
So much damage.
Oh, top lane. They've broken the bristle once again. Thompson coming in to try and buy him some space, but it's not enough. And he's going to do what he can here with the Magnetize, and he is tanky. You don't have that Chemical Rage available. He will pop the BKB. Thompson does get the Magnetize onto 4, but finally dies, only claiming the Aegis. And 9. Oh, Kiyotaka just barely off with the slam there. Okay.
Tundra just show on the map for a second, they die. Like, I'm just like looking around like, oh, you're now pressured. Yep, you're fighting. Oh, yep, you're dead.
Kiyotaka's actually going for a Lincoln Sphere. Is that just for Demonic Purge? I guess it makes his enchant totem like pretty rough because you can't use it. Or he doesn't get like the bonus damage, but I don't know what else it's for. I don't know. Doesn't really seem to matter at the moment as they're just taking high ground. Ramses with so much bonus attack speed thanks to that, you know, Beastmaster Aura, the Solar Crest. They are just beating down these lanes of barracks. And Kiyotaka, of course, having fun in the enemy base, looking for himself another kill.
Just classic Kiyotaka. So will he stay here?
He's going to keep doing this. He has a ward. He's going to keep doing this.
I mean, yeah, he's out of vision. So there was vision. Oh, the courier actually from Bristol just passed over him. Didn't catch him.
Dude, this guy is wild. Oh, man. All right. He's got the level 25, so minus 2 second enchant totem. Very good. Dude, all of Shaker's talents are actually so good. It is nuts.
Yeah, let's just buff up his best spell on pretty much every possible option, right? It's insane.
Dude, it's like you get enchant totem and you're like, wow, this is such a good talent. But then you realize like you're also giving up 200 aftershock range. Like that is also a ridiculous talent.
And on top of that, it's like you do all this damage and you have 4,000 HP. Oh, yeah. They're trying to go into solo, but with the roar.
There's the roar immediately from Miro. Forced to get him out of the Mystic Flare, but in comes Thompson. Gets caught from the silence. Ramses is in as well. The BKB's out. Kiyotaka on the backside takes down 9, but it's the carry v carry battle you got to worry about, and Alk is winning, baby. And big. The nice Earth Splitter takes down 2 more. Double buyback here from the side of Tundra as no heroes have fallen on the side of 9 Pandas as Kiyotaka is definitely looking for more. Ramses channeling the stun, jumps in, overwhelming blink does catch 9, Shadow Demon, they finish him off. That's going to be the dieback, and now Snake King trying to do his best to get out of here. The cheese gets consumed, and Kiyotaka finds himself another. The only thing 33 can do is watch as, well, his buildings fall. Maybe he's going to do a little bit more than watch right now. He's going to die.
I mean, they just double blink in front of him. Like Tundra, they just can't take the fight. They're going to call the GG, and what a game from 9 Pandas. Like, they're under the threat. They're under just the laning phase dominance of Tundra just being so in your face. The Ench rotating to mid, the Bristle playing behind the tower. But 9 Pandas